Hello, YouTube. I have something very serious to talk about. It's about No Man's Sky, and how it's been the biggest letdown since Duke Nukem Forever. And I just want to give my last review for this game before I stop playing it for good. No Man's Sky is probably the most misunderstood game to ever be made. But is it a game? Or a simulator? It tries to take a stab at generating life, as rough as it looks, but this first attempt heralds the destiny of the industry. Bear in mind, the promises made were not fulfilled, but we wanted them before No Man's Sky even became a thing. Long have gamers thought of a video game where they could totally immerse themselves in another universe and travel across it, through stars and planets, unlocking mysteries and meeting other sentient life. And that was what initially brought people to No Man's Sky, and to this day, it still remains a long shot. We honestly can't play that game right now. The physical limitations are too vast. Now, I understand there are games where you can travel a solar system in multiplayer, but that's not the same thing. See, No Man's Sky has at least 18 quintillion solar systems because every star is a solar system, if you think about it. Whereas like Empyrean or Space Engineers only have one solar system to travel across. So it's not really that game yet, but it's getting there. And sure, procedural generation is getting better and better as every now and then a new studio takes a crack at the whole procedural generation thing, but AI and population are still lackluster. This is because AI is hard to perfect. Imagine how many years it would take to code a mind perfectly to live on its own. And the population, this means populating the various worlds with non-natural interactive things like cities, people, stations, enemies, weapons. It's all a huge task, and I can assure you the most studios won't get everything right. The general scope of games like these are just too big for the casual gamer. The unconventional truth is that the procedural generation that creates all the randomness in the universe is actually based on parameters, and these parameters inadvertently cause a lot of repeats. These repeats are the main reason the entire makeup of people that played No Man's Sky are split right in half on their opinions about the game. On one half, the people love the game despite its roughness, and on the other, the people dislike the game for its repeats and cheap reusing of the props, not to mention the numerous lies. But seriously though, look up procedural generation, learn a thing or two about it, understand the limitations of what type of coding it is, because it's not easy to make a bunch of 3D vertex models and generate it convincingly enough across a universe. It's just not that simple, and it likely won't be perfected for a couple more years, if not a few more. But perhaps the biggest truth of all is that the game sees you as just a pawn of discovery. Let's take the Atlas for example. It literally says you are just a pawn of exploration, a slave to discovery. So does that mean we are just being used by the Atlas? We all wanted an exploration game, and so we mindlessly warp from place to place finding the Atlas or the center of the universe for what seems to be nothing. Yes, all it comes down to in the end is nothing, and that's the sad reality of this game.
And now, the blackest present for the most brutal of all bass players. Nothing.
But it reminds me about the potential truth about black holes. Are they really just nothing? Or perhaps something more? And the game clearly wants us to let go. Aside from the lies, maybe the developer wanted us to learn something? Nah, this game sucks! So thank you for watching, and stop planet searching, at least on this game. Pick up Empyrean, or an actual good space exploration game with loads and loads of things to do, alright? Because that is only like $20. So do that and you'll have so much fun. And I'm going to be making videos on those pretty soon, so anyway, stay tuned for that. This is The Lonely Spaceman, over and out.